What's happening, fam? L.A.R movement still moving. Book is entitled Lessons from a Non-Custodial Father at Amazon, Kindle, and CreateSpace. Link will be in the description box below as usual. This video is entitled Vacation Fine and Hometown Average. Brothers have been talking about traveling, sex tourism, whatever. I don't have a problem with none of that. I don't care. It's not my business. You do it. Go where you want to go. Have a good time where you want to go. Have fun. Do what you want to do. But I'm not. But my opinion, my thoughts about this sometimes has more so to do with what you do in your hometown. You know, it cracks me up because I joke with my friends about this. Um, my friends, yeah, they do things like, I'm gonna get in shape because it's funny. It doesn't really matter if you're going in the states or going outside the states. You know, same thing. I'm gonna get summertime fine. Okay, so you worked out for a couple of weeks to get fine for summer. Then when you feel like you got fine, you went out for summer. And then when summer's over, you looking homely for the next 9 months, or maybe 7.5 months. You looking homely, then you get ready again to look fine, which makes no sense to me because it's like, why don't you just stay fine the whole year? Like, because you're gonna be complaining that you don't get enough love and attention because and people overlooking you because you not fine. So what you gonna do is, you know, before the next summer you gonna get fine again. So instead of getting fine, why don't you just stay fine? But for some odd reason, people think that's I'm not speaking logical, right? Or in my opinion, I think they don't want to put in the work to stay fine. That's just my opinion. Same thing cracks me up when people do this when they go on vacation. They work out very hard and heavy, and I'm gonna look the best I've ever looked in my life, so I can go outside the country for about maybe 3 to 7 days and show these people overseas that I'm so sexy. Yeah. And then I'm gonna get on a plane and go back home and let myself go and be average. What? You know, here's the problem with that. And this is what I've seen. You go on vacation to a place, and it's already assumed that everybody's gonna be looking good, whether it's in the states or out the states. When people go to L.A., they assume that everybody's gonna look good. You go to Miami, you assume that everybody's going to look good. So you get on your top game, right? And you know that the people in those cities are going to be attractive, and the people that are going to those cities that may be vacationing the same time you're vacationing are going to be attractive. It doesn't matter if you go, like, same thing will go with Hawaii, the Caribbean, South America. You're going to do that because you already assume these people fly. Okay, so you get there prepared to blend in with the locals and be super sexy, right? But the problem is you don't have that same mindset to stand out in your own town. So what are you doing? Like, you going there like fly stunting, like I'm fly for this week. Oh, I'm at the peak of my flyness, my fineness. So instead of using this time to be fine and fly in my hometown, and maybe I'll probably get the attention that I'm looking for from somebody that can actually drive to see me, I'm gonna play this fantasy game and go amongst a bunch of long distance strangers and hope to spark one of their interests and say, "Oh, I'm just passing through." Okay. And these other people in these towns that you say are so fine, they fly when you leave. They was fly before you got there. They was fly when you landed. They gonna be fly when you leave. What about you? You know, same thing goes for stunting on people. When you go on vacation, you want to live extravagant, or at least look extravagant, look like you're living extravagant. And problem with that is, so you want to stunt on the locals. That's what you want to do. But when you're at home, you ain't stunting on the locals. You know what I mean? Like, everybody wants to feel like a baller at some point. I think that's more for international travel than it is for travel within the states, because you normally have more money than the people in the foreign countries. So you fly there and you're automatically an American and you got money. So you instantly there. I'm balling on you. I'm balling. I'm balling. I'm balling. And so now you know what it feels like to be a baller. Cool. Cool. Now that you got that feeling, and now that it may be something you like, when you go back home, are you gonna go back home and decide to kick up your work ethic to be a baller in the U.S., or are you just going to save your money every couple of months to fly outside of the country to be a baller on people in these foreign countries? You know, because that's where I crack up and I clown my friends about this. Like, I mean, you stunting like like you've been working like Steve Jobs, but you really haven't, but you stunted on them people like you working like Steve Jobs. But now when you get home, oh man, I don't want to go to work. Overtime. Oh my God, I hate this job. I don't feel like I know I don't want to do nothing. So now you live paycheck to paycheck, but you saving a little bit, and to say, wait until I leave this. I'm about to leave this country and go stun on these po folks. Like, it's kind of like going back to your hometown. If you left your hometown and you living better than the people in your hometown, you go back stunting on them. You done rented the fly car, or you drove your car down. You got your shades and your most expensive outfit, wearing some the high dollar cologne and shit. And like, I'm cooler than all of you peasants. That type of thing, right? But when you're in your hometown or where you live at, you ain't stunting hard like that. So maybe you just want to live the fantasy for a minute. Whatever, do that. But at some point, make a decision. Do you really want this to be your life, or do you want this to be your vacation fantasy life? Because to be able to take yourself from your city to another city, to want to be in some ways another person, a person that you're not on a regular basis, to impress people that you don't know in places that you don't know, and be your quote unquote best self, and then come back and relegate yourself to mediocrity, seems kind of weird. Seems kind of weird. Um, you should just accept yourself for who you are and take that self on vacation. Just my opinion. You know, same thing even with the sex tourism. I mean, at least be able to get people of the opposite sex in your city before you go outside of your city to buy sex. Because if you fly to get sex outside of your city, and then you come home and you can't talk to nobody in your city, and then you relegate yourself to flying out your city just to talk to people, just to talk to people. Because let's be honest, at this particular point, sex is easy to get. But if you go into another country to pay for sex, even though they still have a language barrier, be honest, you're looking for companionship. But it just doesn't fit in the city or state that you're in because you're not finding what you're looking for. And that makes sense. So if you don't like it, they'll move. Because if you got to fly outside of your city or state to find what you're looking for, obviously you need to leave that city or state and get what you're really looking for because you're willing to travel to find it. So you should be willing to travel to get it, or move to get it. Um, and this goes for men and women. This ain't like one against the one, one against guys and none against girls or vice versa. No, it's not like that. Uh, so, that's in my opinion. So at the end of the day, if you're gonna be vacation, fine. Be hometown, fine too. You know, if you're gonna be a vacation baller, be a hometown baller too. If you're gonna be a vacation sex tourist, be a hometown sex tourist too. I mean, just be consistent. Because sometimes I'm just saying it because you gotta have the guts to be. If you don't have the guts to be everything that you are outside of your city in your own city, you need to take a good look at yourself in the mirror and ask yourself how real are you. You feel me? Um, I don't want nobody to know. Whatever. If you mean you ashamed of being what you wanna be, don't you shouldn't be no shame in your game. I'm just saying. We out.